all, if you are new, I'm Marin. I'm a primary school librarian for grades pre-K through second, and this is going to be my first week in my life for the 2025-26 school year. I have been trying, or at least planning, to film a week in my life since we reported back on August 6th, and things just kept happening to make that impossible. So I'm going to do my best to do a week in my life this week. It is a full week of school, and we'll see how it goes. It is Monday, September 8th. I have quite a bit of things that I need to do in like 10 minutes. The bell just rang to officially start the day. So I need to quickly update my slides for first grade and kindergarten because I have them first thing this morning. I have kindergarten at 9:30 and I have first grade at 10:30. So I need to get the slides updated for them. I can do second grades later because I do have a break of time in the afternoon. And then we'll see what happens. Right after first grade, I do have to go and do lunch duty. So I will chat with you probably on my plan time and see what the day has held for me. So today we are going to check out for the first time in first grade. We talked last week about like things that are good and bad for books, general book care type stuff. Today, their goal is going to be for second grade as well to check out a fiction book. So I'm going to talk about the fiction section. And then next week we will do nonfiction. So that's just kind of a quick overview. I'll go through lessons and things later on when I have a little bit more time, but I'm going to quickly update these slides, get the tables ready, and get going because the day starts right out the gate. So I will talk with you later on with an update after I've had those first two classes and done my lunch duties. I said I would come back after my lunch duties and talk about other things. That clearly didn't happen because it is Tuesday. So apologies. I got like very little footage yesterday. People were coming in and out a lot yesterday afternoon during my plan time and things, so I just couldn't film. So it is currently 8:40. I got here about 10 minutes ago and I just realized I left my watch at home. That's gonna be great. Anyway, I am going to run you through my lessons right now while I have time. So I am doing kindergarten, first and second grade today. So let me gather up everything I need and I'll go ahead and share what we're doing. Okay, so kindergarten is reading Penguin and Pinecone, which is a really cute story where a penguin finds a pine cone, realizes that the pine cone can't live in the Arctic and takes it to a forest and then visits it, and it's just really cute. So it is called A Friendship Story. This is by Selena Yoon. She's got like a whole series of penguin books, if you can see on the back. This is the only one I have here in the library because this is the one that went along with a lesson that I got from the Read Aloud Librarians year-long lesson plan thing. And then the activity is to practice illustrating. So it gives a penguin, and then the kids are drawing their best version of a penguin. So that's the activity that we're doing. It's just using simple shapes to try to draw pictures. It is very difficult for some of the kindergartners to draw anything right now. They do not have great fine motor skills. Most of the kids that I had yesterday did pretty well with it. The class I have today, we'll kind of see. They seem to be a little less knowledgeable about a lot of things. So let me just put it that way. You can tell that they don't have a lot of exposure outside of the house, and they've not been asked or required, I should say, to do things for themselves. So they are very reliant on adult help. So we'll see how they do today, but that is the book that we are reading for kindergarten. For first grade, we are reading Jabari Jumps. This is a pretty famous one. This is by Gaia Cornwall. I am also going through how to check out a book. So this is our first day of checkout for first and second grade. Kindergarten is not ready yet. And I am having first and second both check out fiction books. So the books I am reading to them, like this one, are fiction books. I do not have any copies of the first grade paper because I had to use them all yesterday, but here is a picture of it on the screen for you. It's just drawing a picture of a time when you had to be brave, because that's kind of the whole thing with Jabari Jumps, is he is showing courage when he jumps off the diving board. So they're doing that, and then I'm calling one table over at a time to check out a book using a shelf marker so I can kind of monitor and correct things and things like that. So we're doing one table at a time for both first and second, but first grade is working on that paper. For second grade, I read The Book with No Pictures by B.J. Novak. This one's a pretty funny book. There are no pictures, as the title implies, but it's like a funny read aloud because you have to read everything that's in the book. So it has like made up words like this. It's got a page where, let me see, there we go. It's like a song. And then there's another one, let me find it, where there's a bunch of things on the page. Here it is. Okay, so it's also showing how you can make your words look really interesting and things like that, change the color, change the font to kind of add a little bit more excitement even without pictures. So they really liked this one. And then their activity was to illustrate some of the terms from the book. Okay, so this was from Britt BB Design. I got it on TPT, but it looks like she also sells it on Etsy. So this is the activity that I found to go with that. So again, they're working on this while I call one table at a time to get books. So those are the 3 activities for K1 and 2. I will share pre-K's lesson later because I have not made the copies for that, but I don't have them till Friday. So I will share pre-K's lesson just later in the week. So there you go. That is a quick rundown. I am going to very quickly print the paper I need for first grade. I'm going to check my email. There's a couple other things that I need to do, but yeah, things are just very busy. Last night I did not get home until like close to 6 because I am one of the building's NEA reps and we had our district's NEA meeting. So I was there for like an hour and 20 minutes ish. So it was a long day yesterday, but we're here, we're ready to go. And now I'm going to go ahead, check a computer out for a new student, make that copy, and get ready for my 9:30 a.m. class and my bus duty at 9:05. So I will chat with you as best I can later in the day to let you know how things are going. Yesterday was a good day, so hopefully that will continue into Tuesday. So now we do is time. It's impossible and happy Wednesday. I was a little later getting here today. I had a couple things I had to do. I also had no food for lunch in the house, so I had to stop by Quick Trip before I came to school. I do not have a class first thing. We have 4 kindergarten sections right now, so that leaves us with an empty day, and today is my empty kindergarten day that they are anticipating we will fill with a 5th section, but the numbers don't support it yet. So anyway, I will have an empty period. My hope is that I can work on some of these books back behind me that are sitting on top under the smartboard that need to be processed and put into the system. So we have a new library management system this year. So we got training on that the week before school started, and I just have not had time to put all of them in. I've gotten a few of them in. I've been doing like a few at a time, but I'm hoping I can get a good chunk of those done. I have already made copies for today, but I would like to go ahead and make my copies for tomorrow, at least for kindergarten. I may have done that actually. I'm gonna need to check. I can't even remember what I did yesterday. Yesterday, again, was just kind of busy with different things. I had some computers that I had to take care of, updating like car rider numbers and things like that to help with dismissal. So I really used up the time that I had for my plan. I was also listening to an audiobook that I was trying to finish, so that kind of took precedent over filming. And again, there were people coming in and out. There is another person who has their office here. She is our Pinocchio therapist, so she was kind of in and out a little bit, and she also had a couple teachers coming to talk to her about students and things like that. So obviously I was not gonna film while any of that was happening. So I will see what I can get filmed today, but that is going to be the goal during that empty hour, is to work on processing like new books like this that don't have labels or barcodes or anything and are not in the system. So that's what I'm gonna work on, and I will come back with you when I can, if I can, much like I have the previous 2 days. We are middle of the week. 2 days left after this, so let's hope that they're good ones. Okay, I managed to get 16 books put into the system in 30 minutes. I have the spine labels here. I will have to cut them out and put them on the books, but I'm going to pause so that I can set the tables up for my first grade class and get that out of the way. I already have the slides and everything done, obviously, because I did teach 2 days already this week. So I'm going to go ahead, set the tables up. I will put you on a time lapse to bring you along. Basically, I'm going to put the crayons out and just put enough papers on the tables for each of the students who sit at that table. This first grade class has 25 students, so there are 5 students at each table. It's a very full class. So I am going to go ahead and pull stuff up on the smartboard as well, and I will take you through my slides if I get a chance. So let me stop talking, get that stuff out, and get ready for the class.
I just need a second so I can hear it and leave it all to stay with you.
Okay, let me take you through my slides really quickly. Hopefully, this is the second time I've tried to do this, but a lot of you have seen these before because they are very similar to last year's, but this is just what I'm using to, one, go over like checkout expectations and how to use the shelf marker and things like that, and then just the general slides that I always have on there. So let's take a look. So we always start with a welcome slide and then a to-do. So this is what we are working on this week. The to-do does change based on whatever we're doing. We always go over the goal and what that means. And then we go through expectations. So carpet expectations, and then the school rules. This does have my school name, so I just covered that up for this video, but we go through the rules and talk about what those look like and mean as well. Then we always have a focus for that day's lesson. So this one is to listen to a story and complete an assignment. Then we have the book for whatever we're reading. This is first grade's book. And then I always have this here to remind them that we are not using the restroom while I'm reading the book, but they can go right after if they need to. Then this is specific to our library and how it's set up. So the 3 areas of books. Fiction is actually chapter books, so I just talk about that, but then we have picture and nonfiction as well. And then I found this video just to review parts of the book. And then we go through, the kids help me find the ones that do not have their spines facing out, and we circle them. And then it's time to talk about checking out a book specific to our library and using a shelf marker. So I'll flip through these pretty quickly. And then this is a video from the novice librarian that I found just to do as a review. So we watch this once I have demonstrated and gone through the slides. Then we get to their activity. This is what they are working on while we are checking out today. And then we have the final 2 slides, which are the cleanup slide and then the lineup slide. So this I do need to change because it's going to be lineup when your name is called, because I am checking them out as they line up this year. So there you go. That's just a look at first grade slides. Second grade slides look identical. Kindergartens are different because we are not checking out just yet. 1, because we are still missing kindergartners in the system, so I can't check out a book if they are not in the system. And 2, they are just not emotionally ready for it. This group is very young, so it's going to take a little bit to get them used to routines and procedures. And we were out Monday and Tuesday of last week, so that kind of impeded an extra week of practice as well.
I hate the distance, 'cause I'd rather listen anything to talk to you. That's making me nervous, 'cause I'm thinking you notice. Let me know if you changed your mind, 'cause all we do is talk. It's impossible
happy Thursday. My class comes in like 10 minutes. I got here a little bit later this morning. I just had a slow start. Some mornings you just don't want to get out of bed. This was one of those mornings. So I need to pull everything up on the smartboard. I already have it on the computer. I just need to turn the smartboard on. I'm going to go ahead and set out the tables for my first class, put the papers on the table, etc., because it is kindergarten and I like to have everything ready to go. So I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to put you on a time lapse and we're going to get ready for my first class.
Tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm the only one. 'Cause I believe my life behind and keep on talking. Yeah, I won't say anything to you. Oh, I won't say anything to you. Yeah, I'll never say.
Morning, happy Friday. I just printed off the book covers that I need for my bulletin board where I track what we have read throughout the year. I also went ahead and printed off the ones for next week. We are going to be doing nonfiction with first and second grade, and then we're going to continue the drawing unit with kindergarten. So they are going to be reading Not a Box. And then for first grade, we're reading Deadly Predators. And for second grade, we're reading What Do You Do with a Tale Like This? So introducing nonfiction, and then they will check out a nonfiction book. Pre-K is going to read Sam and Eva, and they are going to practice coloring with markers. Today we're practicing with crayons, and we are reading the Crayons Book of Colors. I don't own this one, so I did just check it out from my county library, which they had like a ebook version, so I can show it on the smartboard. So that is what we're going to do for pre-K, and then they are going to practice coloring with crayons, and then they will have playtime for the rest of the time. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and get the tables set out here in just a minute for kindergarten. I do need to finish up pre-K slides because I didn't have those done, so I'll bring you along as I do that. And then I'm going to have to go outside for bus duty. So it's 8:56. I have like 9 minutes. So let's see how much I can get accomplished before I have to go outside.
Say, no, I'll never say. So all we do is talk. It's impossible in life. It's impossible. A little bit of love. But tell me if I'm wrong.
Hello all, it is Saturday, but I wanted to pop on and close out my official first vlog of the school year. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick recap of what I did after I filmed that little bit. So I did teach kindergarten first. I did my lunch duties. I had 2 of them as one of the staff members had left early, so I was filling in for her. And then I had my own lunch. I had pre-K at 1:40, and then my plan time was the last hour of the day. So during that time, I worked on my slides for next week. I got first and seconds completely done, but I still will need to do kindergartens. Oh, and I did pre-Ks too. I still need to do kindergartens when I get in on Monday. I also did my sub plans for next week because I am out next Friday. I am taking my kittens to the vet for their last vaccination, their series of 4, and they're also getting their rabies shot. So I'm just taking the whole day so that I can stay with them and make sure they don't have like any adverse effects or anything like that. But it was a good day. The first grade class that I have on Friday is a little challenging. They have a couple of kiddos in there that really struggle, but overall they did a great job. So I'm happy with that. They were able to check out and everything went pretty smooth. Pre-K was a little rough the week before as their aide that usually comes to specials with them had a bit of an emergency and had to leave early. So they were kind of all over the place, not really sure what was going on because she had to leave kind of unexpectedly. So they were a little off the wall, if you will, last week, but she was back this week and they did a much better job. I also changed things up. So last year with pre-K's group, I was able to just put some toys and things on the rug and they would stay on that rug and play with those toys. This group is not ready for that. So I kept them at their table with a bin of toys on their table and they played with that. I do rotate the bins around because I also leave them on the table for the rest of the grade levels. If they get done with their work, they can play with the bin on their table. They are not ready to just go to the shelves and choose an activity and things like that. I'm going to more explicitly teach that as we go on, but for right now, this is working and it worked well for pre-K. So that's kind of just a little quick overview of what the rest of my day was like on Friday. So I'm going to probably try a few things differently this year when it comes to my teaching related content. So you will probably see 1 to 2 week in my lives per month. I am also planning to do a plan with me video once a month, and then I will kind of just change things up and do a little bit of different things for that 4th video and just kind of see how that goes. So that's kind of what you can expect in terms of my teacher content. I am hoping to continue doing weekly reading vlogs, so if you are a fan of those as well, one of those will be coming up on Thursday of this week as you're seeing this. And that's kind of gonna be how I'm hoping to structure things for this school year. So that's gonna be it for this first vlog of the 2025-26 school year. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. If you made it to the end of the video and would like to leave an emoji to show you were here, you can leave me the book stack emoji in honor of checking out for the first time this school year. And I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.